Here we go with the third podcast of the Balkan Power. This is our favorite person right here, Johnny, and your favorite person, well, twin, Martin.
Cheers.
Cheers, Johnny. I don't have a monster with me, but cheers from me as well. Today, we're
Yeah,
going to be
I'll drink
covering
for all
two
of us.
topics, isn't it, Johnny? What are you
Yes.
covering?
Right. I think we're gonna go into the mindset of or slash the breaking habits tools kind of thing,
Yes,
and the best tools of the best tools to use, which are gonna help you be more productive
and build
and
momentum, right? Momentum. In order
build the
to,
momentum. Yeah.
yeah. I'm going to be talking about deep work, which is very related to the topics that Johnny's going to be talking about. And started. So I'm gonna give you a bit of a backstory to what I've done the last week. I flew back to Bulgaria, my home country, and it has been a struggle here with the temptations. And this is what people don't really understand is that everything is literally a distraction from the goal that you have. Because if you do not have a goal, that's fine. You can have all the snacks in the world, right? If you don't have any goals, that's fine with it. But if you have goals that you have to achieve physical for your body, mental for your mental well-being, or preparing for a show, for example, for myself, you need to be in a mindset of complete isolation, complete and utter discipline and focus only on the goal. And for me, my goal is to be 100% disciplined for the show. That's my ultimate vision for this year, to be 100% committed with not giving in to temptations and being on point with my goal. That's my vision. I don't really focus on a goal which um I cannot have any control of. For example, winning first place. That's not in my control. When in my control is basically putting in the work every single day at the 110% capacity. That's what I can control. And I have a checklist of that. That's my food for the day, 2,500 calories or 1,500 calories. This depends on the coach and on how we look. Then we have the workout, we have the cardio, the steps, the water, and the salt intake. All these six things, plus the supplements, or seven, I need to monitor every single day to get to the results that I need to get to because I want to do them. It's not someone else putting them for me. And that's the thing that I've noticed with people is that they get into the position of life is basically pulling them in any direction they want, whereas they're not taking care of their life. They're not taking it in their hands, just going to the direction that they want. And that's how right now in the past week I've seen that the temptations, the distractions are always there,
They're
endless.
always
It's
there.
every day, every day. And it was tough. It was difficult to say no, 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 no. I do not want these snacks. I don't want the waffle. I don't want this. No, I have my meals. And if you do not put in the work to, for example, get your meals ready, right? Go to the shop and just find the best meals that you can for your diet, then the temptations will get to you. You'll say, oh, yeah, yeah, that's fine. I'm not going to track it. It's like only 100 calories. No, you're losing the momentum. And that's now the next point that Johnny's going to cover momentum. Because if you lose your momentum, you're losing the days, you're losing the moments, you're losing your mental strength to resist temptations.
Yes, you're right here. You were saying just now about life pulling you back and forth, not giving you the time to focus on what you need. But also, it's not only the things around us which are self-sabotaging us. So slow down, losing the momentum, or even just start something. Some people don't even have the goal yet. So whenever they think I have to do that or I have to do this, they kind of know what they have to do, but they're gonna come home or uh, I don't know, they're gonna go to the shopping center, for example, or somewhere else. Depends on the goal. Shopping center, let's say you want to save some money, but you always putting yourself into the position of buying stuff which you ending up not needing. going to the grocery store, you're buying yourself food which is not the best food for you, and you're ending up self-sabotaging your own goals in the gym. Uh, for example, me with the monster, I was self-sabotaging my sleep until I started implementing a rule for myself: no more than one a day. Only I can have two a day if I'm going to the gym for a proper hard workout. So about the home thing, everyone comes home after work and they want to, I don't know, build a side hustle or something else. And they always have one thing. Everyone has one thing in common to which stops them from being productive. They find something to do in their house. Oh, I can do that. Oh, I can do this. Oh, that doesn't sit well. I have to do some like they find always some little things which they can fix or do or whatever, laundry, dishes, anything, just not to do the small little task which they can write down before going to sleep the day before and do them the next day. Sometimes it happens to me. I write down whatever I have to do the next day before I go to sleep, and I come home. I start doing stuff. I go straight away into my list, but then I don't know. I got a message or I got distracted by something. So one little distraction is slowing down the momentum, and the momentum while slowing down, you're just losing the focus
Mm.
and just completely losing it. At one point, you're looking back and like 3 hours passed. What did I do? I did only 20 minutes of my work.
Yeah.
So uh, this this momentum is very important. Also, let's think of how can we actually build the momentum. We know factors that can slow it down already. It's anything what's not to do about our stuff. So we have three steps or three main tasks to do for the day. To build the momentum, you have to get to the point where you eat the frog, how Brian Tracy said. You eat the frog, you get the biggest task and start with it. You don't get ready for it. You don't wait until somebody's gonna remind you about it. You just get to the point where you come home, you don't start doing anything, you go straight to do that task only. Until you're not done with it, you're not gonna do task 2 and task 3. The moment you've done it, that's 70% of work for that day.
Exactly.
After you're gonna start doing the hardest bit, you're gonna keep going. Same as you would go into the gym. Marty, for example, you had a bad day, or I would say about me, the most of the times having hard days at work, physical physical exhaustion, you go to the gym for 10-15 minutes. You're telling your brain 10-15 minutes, but when you get to the gym, you're gonna finish a 2 hours workout, which is gonna be with 2 or 3 personal records because the momentum was built on top of the first, second, third step.
Yes.
So the momentum is very important to be built. Um, what what were the best key things from the deep work you learned? I think there were a few
From
about how to start as well.
Deep Work was a book, I forgot who wrote it, but a very nice introduction to how you can get in the position of the best potential for you to get the most bang for your buck on the time that you can spend being like 100% productive. First thing, putting the mode on your phone. Do not disturb on. That is it.
The
Nothing's gonna
phone
happen. The
also.
world is not gonna finish. Your email's not gonna go, I don't know where, but just put them both on and get to work. Simple as that. If you don't know what the work is, you will figure it out. Right? The first 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you will feel, as Johnny said, the discomfort. Just I don't know what to exactly do. I don't feel like it, all this stuff. No. That little voice in your head, it's not playing you any good. It is not. And you have to literally, physically, actually verbally say it. No, I'm not gonna listen to you. Like sometimes you have to be crazy about it as well. The other day I was driving the car. Again, these thoughts popping in. I was like, no, I'm going to the gym. And went to the gym. Told everyone I have my work to do. That's it. You have to be obsessed with these things that we want in life, with the greatness that you want for yourself. It doesn't have to be success, because success is very subjective, right? For me, success is to put in all the effort that I can, 100%. That's it. And deep work means that you have to put in your phone away, put all the distractions away, tell everyone, I'm away for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, right? But you have to again build up that momentum. You can't start with 4 hours. And the first position that you start off with is telling everyone, hey, I'm going to be away for this amount of time. And if they're not okay with that, then you have to deal with it. And they will soon be okay with that, because I told them, all the people around me here, no, 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 2, 3 days. This is a struggle. This is tough. 3 days passed by, everyone's got used to it. So you're going to get used to it as well. It just takes about 3 days. That's how you build up momentum. You go through the pain. The pain is necessary to build up that momentum. Because if there is no pain, then it's not much of a learning curve there, right? There is always some sort of pain that is driving us to push through and get to the next obstacle and the next obstacle so we can overcome that and be in a better position. That's the goal of this podcast, and that's the goal of what we're trying to share here, is to help people be in a mindset which is always in their favor, right? To get things done. And that's how, for me, for example, yesterday, I am 12 weeks into my cut. And yesterday, I did one of the hardest workouts I've ever done, purely because I was alone. I had the whole gym to myself. I had the music I could put in. Then at one point, I didn't even want to listen to music. I put my motivational speeches I listened to for the past 1 month every single day. That got me hyped up. I'm not gonna swear in this, so don't censor it. But it hyped me up. And one thing that kind of stuck with me, and this is why the information that you put into your brain is very important. How a bodybuilder, I forgot his name, he said 5 more reps. When you reached failure, you got 5 more reps. That thing popped into my head right when I reached failure. And guess what it did? I did 5 more reps.
5 more reps.
I personally couldn't believe it. I personally could not believe it. I pulled 5 more reps. 5 more reps.
To be honest, I've paid attention at you and your brother, and this is something what I discovered this year and last year while analyzing your workouts and David Goggins' book, where he says he has a 40% rule. So basically, whenever our bodies are getting to the point that we think we have 0 reps in reserve, we can dive in our reserves and find another 10, 20, 30% on top of what we just did. So if you did 6 reps, another 10% will be, I don't know, 1 more rep, 2 more reps.
Yeah.
2 reps is going to be actually, no, two reps is going to be 30%, 33%.
So one
extra.
rep. 1 rep is all
Yes.
you need.
Yes. You and Bloody actually have this thing in you. I don't know how did you get to the point where you actually can dive in. You explained me once, I remember you just zone out completely and you're just you with yourself, just surpassing your limits, and that's it.
That's mainly it. Yeah. You just completely isolate yourself. You listen to something that can help you. If music doesn't help you, then you have to listen to yourself, listen to your voice, and you have to consciously think how much do I want to get, and ask yourself what do I want to get from this set. That's what I asked myself yesterday. What do I want to do with this workout? I want to be strong.
Jack,
Yeah, I want to be
Jack,
strong. I want
you're
to
gonna be
swear,
jacked.
but I don't want to. So it can make a bigger impact. But yeah, it was just the intention was set, and I went into the workout with proper intention. I filmed the whole thing. Literally, at one point, my legs were shaking. I was doing bent over rows. I couldn't even believe how many reps I did. That's how you have to approach every time. One more rep, one more rep, one more rep. You're building up this mental muscle to do one more rep, one more difficult thing, one more minute, one more, one
This
more.
is actually the momentum I was talking about as well. The
Yeah,
moment you start building that habit of doing something extra, you're gonna be always one step ahead of your own goals and of 90% of people on the market.
yeah. And this relates to anything. It's not only
Yes,
about gym. This relates to your personal growth, to your
yes, everything,
relationships, to your business. That's the main
your
thing.
career,
Your health.
everything. Yeah,
How can you do a little bit more, right? You have to be a little bit obsessed to put in that effort, right? If your relationship is not going well, then how can you be obsessed about the relationship? Put in more effort. If your
yes.
business is not going
Spend
well,
some extra time with your beloved.
same thing, yeah. Spend extra time, make it quality time, learn something new, adapt, try, experiment. That's how you try with things. And I just hopped off a call from a client, and this is the advice I gave him. It's always an experiment, always. And why don't we just try this week and see what works best for you? Because everyone is smart, everyone knows this stuff, but it's just down to how you put in the work. So you sit down for 1 week, see, okay, this week I didn't really feel that good. I'm not really into my work. My boss is not really the best. All that type of stuff. Everybody has gone through that thing. But once you get to that point, that's when you have to realize and ask yourself, what am I gonna do about it? And then make one simple step. Simple, extremely simple. If the gym is too far away, join a different gym that's too closer to you or somewhere close to work so we can go to work and go directly to work afterwards. Right? Gym, work, very close. Make it easier. So that's the first step of building a habit is to make it easier. But the first step of breaking a habit is to make it harder. And that's why people are not sticking to their habits. The second step is to make it more satisfying.
Oh,
How can you make
this
it
is the
interesting?
thing. This is the thing. How to make it more satisfying? I started enjoying the gym, not when I changed. I had the change and the transformation done. I had to, I had to get to the point when I'm gonna have this transformation. I actually start enjoying the gym when I found what works for me through a lot of different different trainings, which obviously you were giving to me until I found what actually I like, even the exercises which you were giving to me. Obviously, everyone is different. Somebody have joint problems like I do, and I can't push, for example, very heavy on the squats on or split machine, Smith machine, sorry. Or for example, hack squat. I can't do a deep hack squat. At the moment I do a deep hack squat, it hurts. This is not satisfying at all. But I put I dive into my mind and
Mhm.
I found I found a way of enjoying the Bulgarian split squats
There you
or the
go.
lunges. I was hating them before.
Hmm.
I hated them. I didn't like them at all. I was saying to myself, I better do squats with heavy weights than I do Bulgarian split squats. But this is what makes you go and push beyond your limits. It wasn't as satisfying, but it wasn't hurting my joints. So
Yeah.
the moment I flipped the coin inside my head of this will get me further, and I have to accept the pain, same thing as David Goggins says, accept the pain, and you're gonna love it. You're gonna love everything what you're doing. The moment you accept all of it, it's just easier.
Yeah.
So uh, it's it's the only way, like how to make it easier and satisfying for yourself.
Yeah. And that's mainly the first two steps. And the second is the most important right there, is to make it interesting because if it's too hard, then you just won't be able to adhere to it. If it's too challenging, it's like you're level 1 and you're fighting a level 100 boss. You're gonna die immediately. You gotta make it so that you find a level 2 boss, right? Something's
Yeah,
gonna be a bit challenging, but you can still handle it. And then
yeah,
the
you
next
can't
one
go
is
to a
the response.
200 kilo squat if you didn't do a 60 kilo squat first.
No, you can't. You can't. And the third step is response, and the fourth step is reward, right? So how you respond to this, how you put the actions in place, and then the reward is just how you. But it doesn't mean you have to go for a cheat meal. It's just how you can pat yourself on the back a little bit for that 1% gain that you've done this day, and then the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and how it starts to build up the momentum. So I think we've pretty much covered everything, Johnny. We have about 8 minutes left, but I would like to keep it short, keep it sweet and simple so people can get a lot of value from this and how they can apply these principles in their life. I think we gave two very practical principles, actually three in this case, myself, you, and one of my previous clients, actually two of them. And I would say that a lot of people are in the same shoes. They have difficulties with managing work, managing fitness or healthy lifestyle, and managing something else that's gonna also bring them joy. So finding this balance is gonna take a lot of time. It is a process, and people need to start to learn how to enjoy the process. It wasn't easy for me, but I did it daily, from daily meditation, from daily gratitude as well. And we talked about this with Johnny, and he started doing it a few months ago, and he saw big changes from just simply writing three things he's grateful for. And that changes your mindset because you start off with a positive attitude towards the world and yourself. If you have inner balance and happiness, you can bring out that happiness towards the world and towards other things you want to do.
Yes, and I pay attention. It's easier, and it makes it more. I don't know. You start enjoying the days much better, especially when you do it before going to sleep and first thing in the morning when you wake up. If you can find one thing in the morning why you're grateful for, let's say, sometimes you wake up after I will talk about myself now. After a hard working day, plus on top of that, you had to push very hard for the leg day yesterday, and you wake up like your nervous system is just down. You wake up and you're just grumpy, like proper grumpy. Martin knows what I'm talking
I
about.
know. I know.
Sometimes he sees me and he knows like better to not say anything to Johnny, just say hi and that's it. But if you can find one thing what you're grateful when you're waking up that day, and you're just putting the smile on your face, it makes the day so much different and so much better.
And
So
it's
yeah,
often
gratefulness.
it's very underestimated. People just think, that's not gonna help me. That's not gonna work. Try it. Commit to
Yes,
it, right? You're one decision away, one committed decision away to changing your life with something small. So commit to it, and I've made the commitment now, and it's been the first month. That's why we started this podcast as well, because I made the commitment. It's been about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. We started the podcast. This is the second or the third episode, but the second time we're filming. And we made a commitment to film this podcast as well. So we also are not in the same country now, not in the same place, but we still managed. While he's not in the podcast because he is at work, we still managed. We don't give up, and that's the whole principle that we are holding up here, is to not give up on the things that you want to do, because if there's nothing you want to do, you'll be assigned to do something by someone else. That's simply how
yes,
the world works. You have to pay your bills, and to pay them, you have to find a way to do it in a way that you like it. If you don't like it, then you need to find a way how to start liking it.
yeah. I have actually a tool which I can share with. Um, it's basically something which helped me for a long time. It's called Monk Mode, and I learned it from Iman Gaji. So basically, a monk mode is just a period of time which you choose to be in a time frame of 1 to 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, or 4 weeks, or 3 months, or 6 months. Depends on how deep you want to dive into something. Let's say you want to be in the 3 weeks or 4 weeks monk mode, or just 2 weeks monk mode. So you have negotiables and non-negotiables. On non-negotiables, you write down some little stuff which you would like to implement in your daily routine or habits. For example, meditation or reading, or you want to give up with something, I don't know, let's say smoking or whatever it would be. Like, you do one little step towards that goal. Let's say you want to finish a book. You start reading, I don't know, one page a day. The moment you're gonna start reading that one page, you're not gonna stop. You're gonna read it second, third, fourth, fifth. So you put yourself as non-negotiable. Read one page a day. Meditate 30 seconds, not 10 minutes. Meditate 30 seconds. First day is gonna be 30 seconds, 1 minute maybe. Go to the gym. Go to the gym only for 20 minutes, and you might find yourself finishing 1 hour workout. Or I don't know, you want to start a side hustle. You just put yourself 30 minutes of just brainstorming about what I want to build, or if you know what you want to do, just do 30 minutes of something. And negotiables, it can be anything, like I don't know, compliment three people a day. Like, I just call them and say, I'm grateful for you in my life. Or for example, time to time, I just find somebody in my contacts. It can be Marty. It can be, we have with Marty and Vladi one chat where time to time I just send them something what I'm really grateful for. Also on negotiables. Oh, we got 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
Right, then we can share some more tools in the next podcast.
Yes, and I would well, you finished off in a very nice monk mode technique that people in practice
Yes,
should put in.
the key about this monk mode is you actually can share with your family and friends and everyone else, saying that, look, just send them the screenshot of what's your negotiables and non-negotiables, and tick these things every single day, and show them your progress, and say, look, this is what I've done so far. This is what it's left to do today, for today. Like, let me finish what I have to do, and then I'll pay all the rest of my focus towards you. That's
Very
why
well
it's
said. Yes.
available.
Yes. Now that you said about the monk mode, that made me realize that basically I was in the monk mode for those 2 weeks.
Yes, you were.
So, but I just called it differently. It was deep
Yes,
work.
it's deep work, monk mode. Call it whatever you want. It's just putting yourself into the zone of doing your stuff first. What's important?
Yeah. And then you'll notice that you're gonna start feeling better. And once you start feeling better, you have better actions, and then you have better thoughts. That's the
And
circle.
behavior.
Yeah, that's the circle. Behavior, thoughts, feelings. That's just how it is. Those are the main three
Yeah.
things, and I think that's a wrap for today. We have 1 minute to go on our free Zoom meeting because we try to keep this podcast cost free. But yeah, we enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it as well. If you have anything that you're struggling with and you need some more guidance, we are gonna help you in the comments down below the YouTube video. And if you're listening to this somewhere down the line, you can always send us a message on our Instagram page, Balkan Power. Find us there, find us on YouTube, hit us a like, hit a sub, and stay tuned for more amazing content on how to be a better human being, how to reach your true potential. Thank you, Johnny. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. See you next time.
See ya.